Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Sister Chat Talk Show, the topical talk show for sisters of today. And my name is Rosie, and of course, I've got my wonderful sisters with me this evening, and we'll hear more from them in a while. But for now, we'll just say hi, Dahlia. Hi, Janet. How are you?
Hi,
Hi,
very well.
Rosie. Hi,
You?
Dahlia. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Not too
Hi,
bad.
hi,
Not too bad.
Rosie.
Yeah, not too
hmm
bad. So you're listening to Sister Chat Talk Show, a topical sisters talk show for sisters of today on LWR Talk Radio. You can get us on Facebook and you can check us out on YouTube as well. So get to know us, get to know the sisters. We've been, girls. Do you know what year this is? We're into our fourth year.
That's amazing.
That's
Absolutely
really good.
amazing. Yes, it's gone so quick. And we've
Fourth
had
year.
so much. Oh my gosh, we've had so many different people on, different topics, different careers, different businesses. It's been phenomenal.
We've had so many. Can you think
Wow,
of
that's
many?
yeah.
We've had Alex Wheatle, Paul
hmm
Cooks,
hmm
Pamela R. Haynes.
hmm Um, oh gosh, we've had so
Kwame
much.
McPherson,
That's what
Dr.
I'm saying.
Ava
Names that I'm
Brown,
not remembering.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lola.
Radlola Ramicon. Yep,
hmm
it's unbelievable. We've been really blessed to have some real high quality
Yeah.
creatives and high quality um, business people that are sharing their business, their interest, and their passion with us, and just enlightening us and empowering us so that we can move forward. And that's what Sister Chat is all about: empowering a sister to empower a community. One expert guest speaker at a time. So get to know us on LWR Talk Radio and Facebook. So we're in March and it's freezing. And it's no February.
Very cold.
February. It's
Oh, well. Yeah.
it's absolutely freezing. I've got my heating on. It is so cold. I think I'm suffering from what's it called? SAD.
Ads. hmm
Mm.
I think we all are. As soon as the heating's on and you turn the heating off, the temperature drops so quickly.
We want to
It's
put it back on.
yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same. Honestly, Janet, it's just unbelievable.
It
I've
is.
just taken my teddy bear blanket off.
Oh, that's sweet,
Uh,
isn't it?
and I
That's
do feel sorry for the elders,
Oh my
young
goodness.
mothers with
Uh, uh,
babies.
It's
It's
funny
just,
because I popped in to see my neighbors a couple of weeks ago and they were in one room and it was freezing cold.
oh my gosh,
Freezing cold. And I
Mm,
thought, wow, wow.
unbelievable. It's so hard for them.
it really
Yeah,
is
yeah.
hard, isn't it? It's so hard for old people. My mum's flat is really hot. She's really blessed. She's got a really
Right.
hot flat, and she's got really hot, her flat is really, really hot. And so it's really good that she's nice and warm. In fact, my flat, despite the size, it is actually it does get actually quite warm,
Mm,
really
mm.
good because I just can't believe how cold it is. It really is cold.
My brother's place is warm, and I used to say to him, when it gets too cold, we're all going to come round his house. Because
Yes.
although my flat is normally warm, it is really cold today. It is really cold.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it is freezing. And I suppose in a funny way, we've got to be grateful because we've not had snow yet, have we, from this year? We've not had any snow. And basically we've not had any sort of like really, I know it's been really, really cold, but we haven't had it really, really cold like years ago, where it was so cold that you couldn't even feel your fingers. So but I think we're blessed, but it is freezing and it's February, so
It's,
we have to expect it.
it's absolutely freezing. I just can't believe it. But anyway, so as we move on to Sister Chat Talk Show, topical talk show for sisters of today. Yeah, welcome our sisters. Welcome our sisters. And as it's February, do you know, and I have to do my little trivia, I have to do my little trivia. February is the most misspelt word in the English language. Can you believe it? It's true. I don't really think I can spell February. I always have,
Well, I've been practicing for the last month. Yeah, because I never could spell it before.
February and Wednesday.
honestly, I have actually keep Googling, everything is Google it. So today was Valentine's month, and it was also Groundhog month, and it was also leap year. So I trust you all had a great Valentine's.
Very nice
Yes, I
Valentine's. Yeah.
did.
Yes, it was all nice. Yes.
Because I don't celebrate Valentine's, so it was nice to do what I
Yeah.
wanted to do. I
And do you
don't
know what?
celebrate.
My mum always says Valentine's is for every day.
That's right.
True. Well, I sent
Valentine's.
you that caption of what I was doing on Valentine's Day. It was so funny.
Good.
That was me. That was a true likeness of me. But instead of a cup of tea and a crafty sandwich, I think I had a glass of wine and probably, I don't know, maybe salad or something like that. But that was me, and it was really, really funny. Also, February's leap year as well. So there's no one to propose to, so I didn't propose. Janet's dating.
No, no one to propose to, so I didn't propose.
You know, it's a funny thing, leap year, because I never hear of any black women proposing on leap year. But you do hear of people proposing on leap year, but I've never heard maybe my ear needs to be more on the ground,
Yes,
you
like
know?
there must be some that have actually proposed. I
Yes.
don't know
That
who.
would be nice to hear those stories. That
Yeah,
would be really nice. So if you're listening to us now and you have proposed to your loved one and he said yes or no, or he'll think about it, please get in touch with Sister Chat Talk Show. We'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah.
absolutely. Get in touch with us at sisterchattalkshow.com.gmail or gmail.com, or just leave us a message on our Facebook page, Sister Chat, on Facebook. You'll find us quite easy. So that was my February. So what have you both been up to? What have you been up to, Dee?
Oh my goodness. I've been to the theatre. I don't know if anybody's seen Tina Turner. The actual gone to see her in theatre, but it was an absolutely brilliant production. I also see Michael Jackson. I know you have, Rosie. That was a really good production as well. So it's been like theatre, eating out, babysitting the grandchildren, and working. So it's been quite good.
Hmm.
And I've been doing quite a bit on Cookie Box Kids as well. I'm in the middle of actually writing my second book.
You want to
So
what is cooking? You're saying cooking, they don't know.
oh, so Cookie Box Kids is my business, and it's about five really, well, should I say four feisty young, diverse children, or characters, should I say, and they go on adventures. And Gigi is the main character. And I've got a book out called Gigi's Hospital Adventure. It's been well received in hospitals, and it's about Gigi, her first day in hospital and what she expects. And she's a very, very curious character, and she's always asking why. So it's a great book if you're a child that who wants to go into healthcare, who is going into hospital, or is just inquisitive about what happens in hospital, or just loves adventures. This is the perfect book for you. And you
That's
can get it on
wonderful.
Amazon, cookieboxkids.com, on Etsy store. Just go on Amazon and you'll be able to get the book. It's a great book.
Go cookie book, go cookie box, go
Yes,
cookie
well
box.
Yeah.
done.
No,
Well
very well
done.
done, Dee. Well done. We're very proud of you and your book. Yes, I saw the two. I went to two concerts in one day, or one musical, and one concert. I saw the Michael Jackson, but I also went to see with Janet and a couple of others. I went to see Carol Thompson and Janet Kay, and it was just marvelous. Even though they took a long time to come on, we waited quite a
Don't
while.
go. Go.
They look
Really?
spectacular. They obviously really taken good care of themselves. They look
Look
absolutely
well.
wonderful. They look so well, and they sang all the whole old classic "Hopelessly in Love," and Janet Kay did a little magic one. What's it called again? Janet Kay's famous one that she
Sixth
always
Street.
sings.
Sixth Street.
Hopelessly in Love. Sixth Street. Is that Louisiana? Sixth Street, and no, that's not theirs.
What does she sing again?
It's
Janet
Sixth
Kay.
Street. So
Is it
did
Sixth
she
Street?
was saying.
No, the high note one would be disgraceful. She'd be telling us. Uh, uh,
It's Sixth Street.
no,
Is
it's
it?
not it. It's the famous one. I know it. Why can't I think of it? Oh my God, the high pitched one we all scream to.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
it is.
Oh my God, you two worse than me. My God, we're getting old. terrible. We can't remember a single thing.
Oh, but they've
Anyway,
got they've got
we'll
a
come
great.
back to it. Janet Kay, and it's the famous one that everybody sings to, and I just can't imagine that I can't remember it, but makes it worse.
Silly games.
Of you,
Silly
silly.
games.
Oh my God, that was it. Silly Games. She
Silly
sang
games.
that. What it was lovely. They just looked so well. They really were an inspiration. I mean, they really were. They obviously really looked after them, really looking after themselves. And it was so nice to see that they would still be able to command an audience the way that they have done. So big up
Mm.
Janet Kay and big up Carol Thompson. We just love you. And I would definitely go and see them again and again and again and again. So that was my what I did this week, and obviously I was in Dubai and a couple of other places, so it's been all go go go. So what's caught your eye, everybody?
Well, Janet, first of all, what have you been up to?
Well, actually, I went to Janet Kay and Carol Thompson with Rosie and a couple of other women. But actually, I've not. I'm just looking at the dates, and I don't think I've done much. I've not gone out. Actually, my son was unwell, had a massive allergic reaction to some nuts, ended
Oh,
up in majors and then resus. Um, but no, I've clicked through my diary. I've got a friend who's not well at the moment, so we went on 2 days looking for wigs, trying on wigs, because it's good to go when you've got cancer, you're going to lose your hair, or you lost your hair. It's best to go and look for wigs before that stage because
yeah.
you're so unwell and your illness, your treatment makes you ill, and then you get better, then you get ill again, and you don't really want to go out. So we went before that stage. So it was good for her to try on and to pick some. And then we went back to choose the ones that she wanted to get, which was nice. Yeah, and I've
Right.
got another friend to take to get wigs, but she's got her wigs. But that was nice. I actually went to Primark today. Well, I went to look for boots and I went to Primark today to get some tights. And I remember buying tights at Primark. But when I got there, they had flesh color only.
Oh.
And then and they're not our flesh colors. So I thought, I'm sure I bought tights here before.
Mm.
So I spoke to two colleagues in two um workers and two black workers, and they said, they don't sell those colors here, just the caramel. So I said, have
Mm.
they always done that? She said, oh, since she's been there, which has been the last 5 years.
Mm.
So I'm going to do a little bit of digging. I don't
Mm.
believe they don't sell tights for us.
Oh, it's
Mm.
terrible. Doesn't What about Bianca Cole? Didn't she? Bianca Cole from The Apprentice. I think she set up a business selling
Mm.
tights. Maybe they don't stock them at Primark. That's not very good at all, is it? Really
Mm.
hard to get tights
No,
from.
she actually told me where to go. And I said, well, actually, I'm used to coming here, but yeah. I thought,
Yeah, because
"Hmm."
you're right, they used to have tights for us back in the day.
Mm.
They had black, they
Big,
had nearly
big tight.
black.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. How
Yeah, see, the
interesting
thing is, the
is that?
trouble is, I keep saying we're insisting on remaining in spaces that are not fit for our purpose.
No, but
So
this is
what
actually in
happens?
Peckham. This is Primark in Peckham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh, and Peckham, they should have it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm shocked they haven't, but I'm sure. So as we
Mm.
move on, you're listening to Sister Chat Talk Show, a topical talk show for sisters of today. My name is Rosie. I've got lovely Dahlia with me, the lovely Janet with me, and yeah, we're going to be talking. We're going to continue slightly. We digressed a little bit last week, but we're going to last month, but we are going to continue our Jamaican diaspora series. And whilst we was in Jamaica in September, Janet and I attended this marvelous conference. It was a sickle cell conference held at the Pegasus Hotel, and it was over 3 days. And we were invited to attend that conference because obviously we know you two are nurses, so don't let me talk about sickle cell. I'm not medical, so I'm going to leave the gauntlet to you. So they were talking about sickle cell, and we were able to join that conference. And at the end of the conference, we was able to be interviewed. We were able to interview one of the leading doctors from King's College Hospital that have flown out to Jamaica and was talking about sickle cell, and we were able to interview him, and that will be later on in our show. So you two, you're medical, sickle cell.
Sickle
What
cell
I
I've got. I mean, sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder that affects the blood red cells. Instead of it being round and flexible like this, round, it actually is in the shape of a sickle. So it's like a half moon. And these abnormal cells, they clump together and they block the blood flow and can cause pain and organ damage and other complications. That's what sickle cell is, and that's a sickle cell disease.
Well, we'll be hearing more about. Do you want to say anything, Janet? Because you was at the
Yeah,
conference
go on,
and you're
Jen.
medical. Do you want to say anything about the conference and what we did at the
What
conference?
was really good about the conference, this was every nationality right across the world that is doing everything they can for sickle cell. And that was really, it's funny because when you think of what's going on since that conference, the problems we've had, even in this country against well, non-white citizens, and what's going on now, that conference was just, it just shows what you can do for each other when you come together from all races. It was
Mm.
really powerful to see the passion of everyone there.
It really was. So we'll hear more from Dr. Daniel at the second half of our show, and he'll be telling us all about sickle cell and about the work that they're doing at King's College Hospital and the work that they're doing in Jamaica. And there were some quite little surprising things that came out about Jamaica and how it was actually one of the leaders in sickle cell in the Caribbean. So that was really interesting. So that's the second part of our show. But we're going to move on before we get to that, and we're going to talk about what's caught our eye. Oh God, so much is happening in the world. Where do we begin, ladies? Where do we begin?
It's a difficult one, but I'm going to do
Um,
something really light-hearted, and I'm going to talk about Prince Harry because I do like Prince Harry.
What?
Um, and Prince Harry, he is actually in Canada at the moment doing the Invictus Games.
Mm.
And it's an Invictus Games. It's an international multi-sport event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen of all nationalities, and for men as well, both active on duty and veterans. And it was founded by Prince Harry in 2014. It was very small at that time, but it's grown to almost like an Olympic stage level now, which is absolutely, I think it's wonderful. They do sports, they do all sorts of sports, and it's very competitive. And I think what it does, it actually lifts the morale of veterans and those who are injured. And I think it's a really wonderful thing that he's done, given everything that's happened to him and Meghan. I think this is one positive thing that he's actually done. And I really do believe that people who are injured, who serve in their country, they've got this platform now to be able to shine. And I think it's more like a family. So people see each other time and time again at these events, and they've got a supportive network. I think it's a wonderful thing. And I really hope that our servicemen, and I think the Caribbean, the Africans, everybody are able to make use of a platform like this. So I just think it's a great thing that he's done.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so
that's
much negativity around Prince Harry, isn't it, and Meghan Markle, but
mm,
it really is nice to see them doing something and being
positive.
embraced by the public.
Absolutely. And I think they're coming
because he's
in.
done this for a while now, isn't he?
He has, and he's grown it. He's really made it his own. And I think this has been a great focus for him. I think they're coming to Birmingham in a couple of years' time. So I
Oh,
really hope he gets the support from not only the country, this country, but his family as well.
yeah,
Put the
definitely.
rift I put the rift to bed.
Yes. So you like Prince Harry? He's your man, is he?
Well, I always knew he'd go black at some point.
You know what they say?
No getting back.
Yeah, you don't go back. So, yeah, I feel sorry for Prince Harry and Meghan.
Yeah,
It's just amazing the flack that they take, but yeah, he does such amazing things, and I think they will continue to grow and flourish. I feel I'm neutral with their concerns, and that's because I'm very neutral about the royal family. But I do have a lot of empathy for Meghan because I just can't imagine what it must be like being in that spotlight and both of them receiving all the messages and stuff that they receive online. So it can't be very easy. So thanks,
amazing.
Dee. That's yours. What's caught your eye? Well, mine is, yeah, roll drum, Kendrick Lamar.
I wasn't going to say
Oh,
you.
oh, fine. I mean, really, I'm a senior person. I'm British. And but I thought it was absolutely on point. I loved it from the beginning to the end. For me, the minute we heard Uncle Sam come out and say salutations. I mean, that was it.
That's right.
Kendrick Lamar sat on top of the car and he said that the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
The
I
wrong
thought,
Yeah,
person.
go on,
brilliant
go on.
saying.
He means business. He's going there, and just the way it was sort of like the dancers, all black dancers. For me, it just looked like a little black army, didn't it? It looked a positive
Yeah.
black army that was
Mhm.
marching. And the greatest thing is that that awful person whose name we shall not call was in the audience as well, watching that. And I just thought, wow, kudos to you, Kendrick Lamar. It really has to be an ongoing statement for Black people in America. And like you, me, Janet was talking about it, and I ran to the reels and the comments and stuff, and just watching people who are watching it live, Black people who are watching it live, and their reaction to it, and you know. Yes, some of it, if you're not American or you're not into rap or whatever, could easily go over your head. But if you watch it a couple of times, one or two times, you begin to pick it up. You see what
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
messages that is given out. So you don't have to be a genius. And I know somebody was, some people had bad. It was the worst half time. It was the worst this. Yeah, it was the worst half time because you're not like us.
They say that often because when they had um one boy band that was the worst, then they had a rock star that was the worst. So
Mm,
if it's not their music genre, they will always find it the worst. I think the difficulty what they had this time is that one, it wasn't their music, and two, it was all black people.
yes, it was. It
All
was
black people from
amazing.
start to finish. Fantastic, absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
he is great.
Something
He's a
like
great.
that we needed. And on the back of that, I've been following the Target boycott that they're doing in America.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they decided was because of the DEA or DIC,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they no longer employing certain ethnicity, so they've
Yeah.
decided that they're going to boycott all the Targets because obviously a lot of black people shop there. And I watched a pastor say, it's not just a matter of boycotting, there has to be a difference. So he went into Target and he picked up all this stuff. He took a trolley around, he took 10 of those, 15 of these, he filled his basket, went to the till, she ran it through, and he said, do you employ these staff? And they said, no. And so then he said to the cashier, actually, I've changed my mind, I don't want them now. And he walked out. He said, and that's what we have
Oh,
to do because now they have to pack all those things away. There has to be an impact because the stores are empty, but it's not an impact because it's empty. But if they have to then put things away that you've taken to the till and not going to buy, then it will have an impact. They also have people at the door front to say to black people, this is why we're doing it and we have to come together and do. This is not a new thing. They've done this before it was Charlottesville I looked up. They've done this before when they wanted I don't know what they wanted in that village. And in fact, in the end, they tried to sue the black people for $1 million, the company, but the courts overturned it. But and then they had their own city. He became the sheriff of that town. But yeah, so this is not new. And he's right when he said the revolution starts, you're televising revolution. Yeah,
Mm. Long overdue in America, isn't it, really?
yeah.
Because the black population in America is enormous, isn't it, really?
is.
And the power that they've got, the power of the black dollar must be phenomenal. And if they can use that power, like you just
Mhm.
explained, to boycott places like Target, the impact will be significant. In London, with
Mm.
such a small population, I don't think we've got that economic power to bring anything down. But in America, surely they must have.
Mm.
I do think we do. I was at the bus stop. I don't even know when, and I just thought, if we decide, especially our young people, don't buy any more Nike, don't buy an Apple. We do have that power.
Mm.
When I see young people in Nike, I'm just thinking, why? Find a black-owned brand that you would want to wear. When we start doing that, it makes a big difference. Mr.
Mm.
Nike doesn't need any more from us. He's taking
No.
all he can. Yeah.
Just a side note, just reminds me of this guy I used to work with, the late great Kenny, and to may he rest in peace. And he was telling me that his nephew was about 3 or 4, and he was crying to his granddad that his parents had bought him trainers with no names on it. And his granddad said, "Go get the pen. We've got a pen you want on it." And the granddad was writing, "You want Nike? You want Adidas? What name you want on it?" He went, "No, granddad,
That's
that's
so typical.
not
That's so typical.
it."
And because parents are helping that narrative, because if you have three children, say they're, yeah, 7, 8, and 9, you can't afford, somebody on regular earning can't afford to buy those children night. If you buy them a night trainers, you're doing something else as you can, or you're not eating, or the gas bill's not being paid. Something is not being
It's
paid.
something.
And in fact, when you look at shoe size, you have 3 to 5 is the range, isn't it? Then size 6 is when you
Mhm.
pay a bit more. Night
Yeah,
shoe size, night 5 is a 4, is a regular 4, but they count it as a 5. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
you're
mm,
paying for that money earlier in Nike. And
mm,
obviously I know that because of my children, because the Nike Black Air actually do last for kids at school, but you can't wear trainers to school.
yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
No, that's
There you
too much, isn't it? The way we our spending power can be quite difficult.
yeah. Mm. What caught my eye was that Kemi, Miss Kemi.
go.
Honestly, I don't
Mm,
understand. I don't,
yeah, neither do
I know
I.
sometimes we say things that may not be right, but she's actually spearheading getting rid of her own.
Yeah, I'm in shock with her. I don't even
The
know.
legislation they want to push through is, if you are then able to apply for citizenship, it's going to take you 15 years. And
Mm,
what she doesn't mention is it's not just 15 years. She doesn't mention the pounds attached to that 15 years.
mm, absolutely. I think they were the one to try and get rid of, is it the citizenship? So you can have the right to stay, but you can't be a citizen, so you can't claim social security, all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I just think
But see,
um,
yeah, they don't, yeah, you wouldn't be able to work either.
no, and that's really bad. You know, that is really bad because then how do you actually be part of society and to make a change? A lot of these refugees are doctors, and a lot of them have got are very high up in their field, which they could contribute to the country.
Because it hasn't changed. Because years ago, when we were at school, we had, especially the African population, when they came over. And I remember they talk about, oh, they're all doctors, but they were doctors. But what did they end up doing? Bus drivers,
Right.
security.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's
And
right.
I know when I was nursing, when the Jamaican nurses came over, they had to become adaptation students. So they had to do another, they're already qualified. They had
Yeah.
to do another year. And then we see it many years later with the Filipinos. They
That's
won't
right.
take you directly as a registered nurse from your country. And it's funny because even now, when I look at the Philippines, they are very experienced.
Yeah, they
And
are.
so was the Jamaican girls.
Yeah.
They
They
just knew their stuff.
they really knew their stuff. And the thing is, what's happening now in the workforce in nursing and midwifery is that the backbone of the Windrush generation, where we had all that level and foundation of
Not
experience,
there now.
they're all retired. So you've got these very, very
Yeah,
young, inexperienced nurses and midwives now that are struggling. They are struggling
yeah.
give and provide that care because all the textbooks can show you and help you to do a certain amount, but it's the technique and the
It's
foundation
experience.
of yes, it's just you can't replace that. Just can't.
And it's funny because when I said earlier about going to casualty, I went with my son via ambulance. So we ended up in Major. And then, so the nurse checked us in, and then we were in the waiting room. My son did say they're sitting us there to die, and then he goes off big time. So I go
Right,
and call that nurse, who then sends me round to call it somebody else. I call the other team, but by the time we got back, she was there, and they were trying to get him back to the bed, but she didn't say a word, but she made it clear he's not moving until I get this line in, and that's experience because she knows if he moves and he goes off, you'll never get that line in, and she puts a line
mine
in the
in
second we move. And even when the
that
monitors was going off, a Filipino nurse came in. Da, 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 da. Now one of your leads is loose. He just because they're experienced, they just know.
experience.
So Yeah,
Nothing
and
gets
we've lost
that
our
experience.
generation of experienced nurses and the ones above us. Yeah,
Absolutely. And the thing is, which is quite important, is that the Windrush generation taught us as nurses and midwives.
yeah,
And we tried to impart that experience to the younger nurses, but a lot of them say, oh, I can't do that because it's not in the textbook. Oh, I can't do
yeah,
this, it's not in the textbook. And it's those techniques, just like when you're birthing a mum, and that's not in the textbook, move her a certain way or a different position, and
that's
that
right.
helps that baby transition.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. It's
Yeah, because
incredible.
because obviously I'm renal, we'd get things like, oh, palpate the arm there, fix that there. But I know from my 20, 30 odd years that I will find that vein. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
will find that vein. I have a technique to do it this way. Or it's funny, I was talking to a colleague of mine the other day, and she said it was on about infection when the fistula gets infected, and you can just tell it's infected. This is experience.
it
And
is.
so she rang the ward because it was off site to say, oh, Mr. So and so's coming in. His fistula is infected. There's pus there. So the patient goes in, and the doctor rings her and says, um, that we can't see it. So she's just saying it's infected. They did do a scan and it is infected. And every time she met him after that, he would say, the nurse that can see infection without a scan. And that's your
Absolutely.
experience.
It is through
She,
experience. There's nothing
she's
like
retired. Yeah.
yeah, you see, and that's what happens. And the thing is, thank goodness, when you went with your son, you were able to advocate care for him. So what about those people who can't have who haven't got the confidence to say, come on now, we really do need to sort this out. My son's here, except, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
What happens to
But
those people?
Yeah, we
absolutely. My brother was in hospital last year. Yeah. And I'm convinced if he didn't have a family, he wouldn't have come out of hospital. He would have died there. He would have. And when I look at what happened to my son recently, I'm more and more convinced my brother had a friend that went in and slowly deteriorated and died. And I do feel if the family's not there on the case and regardless of what anybody thinks of you advocating for your member of your family, they
absolutely.
don't
We've noticed
survive.
that so much with my mum and my sister. Because Masters had to have a sort of package of care
Mm,
increased, and we really have noticed it. If my sister Lorraine and I are not onto the case, it's a disastrous. It
mm.
makes you worry about your own care when you
Yeah,
get older, because really, if you're not on it, if you haven't got family, not all family members can advocate on your behalf.
No.
They just have the
no,
capacity to do it.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
if you
And
haven't
not only
got
that, a lot of us, a lot of cultures believe what you're told by the doctors and
yeah,
nurses.
exactly, and it's just simple things that we have noticed, really silly little things that have been absolutely amazing. That if we're not on top of it, it will just go. And
Mm.
sadly, because my sister, she will. She doesn't help herself in a way when it comes to her own self-care. She relies on us because she's got special needs. So we have to advocate on
Mhm.
her behalf. And I'm telling you, if you've got no one to navigate that system, oh my God, it is disastrous. It
Yeah,
really is. And you
yeah.
just
It's
can't
frightening.
take any hostages. You just have to,
Yeah.
Lorraine and I take no hostages. We really don't. When we ask for something, we ask them for it because, otherwise, I know the NHS is very stretched and they do marvelous work. We love the NHS, got nothing bad to say about it. But when you're talking about care and domiciliary care, that's where the crisis really lies as well in home
Mm.
carers. But you're
Yeah.
listening to Sister Chat Talk Show, a topical talk show for sisters of today. And I've got my sisters Dahlia with me and Janet, and we're going to continue our talk. We are going to take a break in a little while, and when we come back, we'll be listening to Dr. Daniel talk about sickle cell, our interview with Dr. Daniel in Jamaica. Really interesting work that they're doing and pioneering work they're doing in the regards of sickle cell. So, Sister Chat Talk Show, a topical talk show for sisters of today. And my name is Rosie. And we're going to take a short break very shortly. And as I say, when we come back, we'll be talking to it's Dr. Daniel, isn't it? Because you know me and names.
No,
Is it
Is it
Daniel?
Janet?
no, Daniel is his first name.
Well, yeah, correct me. You're just sitting there silently.
No, because my paperwork is over there. So let me go and tell you what his name is.
You're looking at me, and I'm like, Janet, is it Dr. Dan? Have I got it wrong? Anyway, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get his name completely right because that's really we are professional sometimes, and we'll come back and we'll talk when we get back. So we're going to take a break, and we'll see you shortly.